Is anyone here? Testing 1, 2, 3. Get my coffee. The vapors. So there's 4 people watching. Yeah, tech. I don't know what's happening. When I'm using my pen, maybe I might accidentally press that little toggle, which is sort of a double click. So that might be doing it. It might be that my Wi-Fi isn't robust enough. I paid my Wi-Fi bill, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, well, let me, if you guys want to come in, I hope it doesn't crash. Invite, copy to clipboard, edit, paste, chat. One of the things that also when I was typecast, I'll say, or I had this one-trick pony of doing these 3-dimensional drawings, because I was famous for that, my gallery director that I had at the time and the critics at the time, whenever I branched away from doing that, I got a little bit of pushback. And the pushback I didn't like. I liked the idea that, you know, if I had an artistic idea, I wanted to follow it. And they didn't, you know, obviously they couldn't say you can't do it, but, you know, they wouldn't put a show on of my snowflakes. Well, they did actually eventually, but so here's some more snowflakes. What's this one?
Swiss Army knife.
It's Swiss Army knife.
Am I right?
Here's a big old screw.
Yeah.
Flathead
I
screw.
like that. That's cool.
Here's a pair of riding boots.
Yes.
What's this?
A jock strap. Exactly what I'm wearing.
A jock strap.
Pencils, gray leads.
Pencil. Anyway, my oldest friends in Boston would every year they'd invite me up to. Oh, Joshua's back. Let's see if this crashes. If it crashes, Joshua, we'll ban you.
It's not my
Okay,
fault.
you're there. This is it. We're not going to do any more people.
It's not my fault.
Oh, I know it's not your fault. But anyway.
We're not blaming you.
So this is a little pan with a intertwined
With spoon. Oh, it's saucepans. I thought it was spoons.
Yeah. And this is a S hook or an S hook, I hook, rather.
Yes.
A screw. Another jock strap.
Another jock strap. Oh my gosh.
Another S hook. Oh, here's a pen nib, dip pen nib.
Oh, that wow.
Anyway, every year my friends Tom and Jane and their family would invite my boyfriend and I up to their house for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the Thanksgiving dinner, I would bring out my snowflakes, and each one of them would pick a new snowflake to add to their collection. So after 20 years or so, they have hundreds of these things, and then we would sit down in front of the fire, and above the fireplace, it was a beautiful white, very modernist looking house interior. And above their fireplace, they would hang these snowflakes. And each year, what is this? This you might not know, Skiva.
It's to shave the wood.
It looks very much like a plane, but it's
Yes.
it's actually an old stapler.
Oh,
But my father had a stapler like this when he would be doing his bookkeeping.
I feel so dumb.
Huh?
I feel very dumb. Like it's a shaver.
No, it looks very much like a plane. I thought it was too when I first looked at it, but it's a particular kind of stapler. And anyway, so they would each take one of these things, and they had a family of 4, so 4 times 20 is 80. That they bought some, and then the mother and the brother and the sister, they also would be able to. The brother of the parents also got to keep them, so they have a huge collection of these things, and they would hang them up on the wall. So here's another screw. I mean, they're not always the same. Like this is a Phillips screwdriver screw, and this is a flathead screw. So this was going to be a rubber stamp that said paid. And what was this going to be? This was going to be a box of McDonald's French fries. So the carton is here and the fries are toward the middle.
Oh, I like that.
And I sometimes will draw the same thing over and over and over again, but they're all slightly different. This was going to be a pair of loafers. That was a slotted spoon. This was a compass. This was going to be a riding crop. So another thing people would, my friends Tom and Jane and the kids, I'd say, Jane, what do you want me to make? What's happened in your kid's life the last year? Well, Conrad won a trophy in soccer. So I made a little trophy with a soccer player on it. So each year sometimes they would be able to pick the object I would draw. There was a shirt hanger, another one of those. I guess that's the same one. So at the end of the day, their house, their wall is sort of a history of what happened to them during the course of the last 20 years.
That's amazing.
And I would show these at open studios here in my building, and I would sell them for, originally they sold for $50 a piece for the big ones, and down to maybe $20 a piece for the small ones. And I would show them at open studios, and occasionally people would buy one or two, and I'd have to put them back, and they get dinged up or stepped on, and then I'd have to do it again. So I finally said to Tom and Jane, I'd love you to have all of them. Just take them. So they now have the whole thing. This is another pair of riding boots. Here they're sort of aiming out from each other.
Yes.
But the shape here becomes little hearts.
It's a love heart. Oh.
Oh. And let's see, what else do I have here? Here's another pen nib, and here's where a pen nib used to be. So I cut them out, and but one of the reasons I stopped doing these is a thumbtack.
Yes.
Here's another one of those grass cutters from a slightly different angle. The reason I stopped doing these was the paper that I used to buy, they stopped making. They suddenly just up and stopped. So then I tried to find other paper, and it wasn't stiff enough, or it wasn't black enough. Here's another jackknife with two blades showing, a little one going in and the bigger one going out.
That's cool.
Here's a straight razor. Some of them are really, really delicate. This is just a needle and thread coming out of the back of the needle, the eye of the needle. So when this is cut out, almost all of the black would be gone, and it would be very delicate. So this was really a fun project. I did these for sort of every year around Christmas time. I would start drawing these things, and I would go to Minnesota when my parents were alive for Christmas, and I would bring 100 of these things. Here's a cock ring.
I need it.
You need that one? Okay, I figured you would.
I'll put it on my Christmas tree.
I'll add that to your shopping list. And
Thanks.
so every year I would go back to Minneapolis, and I would wake up early. I always get up early, as you all know, and my parents and my brothers didn't get up until quite late. But here's a high heel shoe.
Oh, wow.
Now, the reason that this one didn't ever get sold is I blobbed a big blob of white ink on that spot there, so I covered it up with black ink, but it didn't cover it up. Oh, another jock strap. This is sort of from the inside.
What is with you and jock straps?
They're sexy. Another jock strap. Another jock strap. Another jock strap. I designed a font. Another jock strap. I designed a font made of jock straps.
Really? That would be cool.
Oh my god! I mean, like I wear jock straps for comfort because sorry for too much information, but I chafe a lot because
Yeah, there's a lot of edges on a jock strap.
Yes.
Each one of those edges can dig into your tender skin. Another jock strap.
Oh my god.
Pen nibs, screws, bolts. Oh, we've looked at these already. So these are ones that I did not give them
It's just
my neighbors,
incredible.
of my friends, because they were in a pile underneath something else, and I didn't see them.
In the fire hazard.
They were arranged in such a way so that they would catch on fire and apply just exactly the right amount of combustion to the other.
Yes.
Slightly, they provided the kindling so that the rest of the house would catch on fire.
Exactly.
You know, you have to. My mother taught me how to build a fire in the fireplace. You don't pile all the logs one way. You have to sort of have them go this way, so the air can get in and around and up and down. And so that was one of the things I did. Those little snowflakes was one of the things I don't want to say I was famous for. There was never any critical press about those, but they
were well known for it.
But I was known for it, and I sold a bunch of them. I brought them to my gallery. My gallery thought, okay, we'll humor Pierre, and they put him in the back room, which is fine. I mean, they put him in the office, and there was an opening that night, and people were looking at the big paintings in the front of the gallery and the other big paintings in the back half of the gallery, and then there was the desk where the director and his assistant would sit, and then behind them in the back room where the art that is being stored is filing cabinets, where I had a wall of these little snowflakes, and people were piling around those snowflakes. I want this one, I want that one, I want this one. So I showed them a thing or two. So Joshua,
Yes.
Your lighting setup works really great. So remember this for next time.
At the moment,
you're changing it.
No, I know. I'm just showing. At the moment, that's my lighting setup, and it's literally the only light I have on in the room.
Okay, so it's a big photo lamp that sort of pulls the whole thing. Well, it works very well for the flat surface, because you are illuminating the whole thing. Your camera's in focus, and we're able to see your hand and your pen and what you're writing and how you're holding the pen. So all of that is perfect for the downward looking camera. And then you're adding the smoke effects, which is nice. I know the smoke is not for.
Okay. What I'm vaping right now is literally just basically it's a nicotine based vape.
I know that you're not doing it to make a mysterious.
Yes, I know.
I know that, but I like when I hear you doing that. I usually see this wafting cloud go over the camera screen, and I like that. It's like the Frankenstein movies.
Well, vaping here is illegal.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's
so don't visit.
Than cigarettes, but
is it illegal in the privacy of your own home or just illegal outside?
It's illegal in Australia. Period.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that.
And I remember that. Yeah.
I know that spitting, for example, on the road is illegal in Singapore. You can be jailed and you can't spit there. Well, see, you're. Now, can you drop your drawers and take a dump on a city street in Singapore, or?
Well, I try not to go through Singapore due to medications I'm on, because I don't want to be killed.
Okay.
So I tend to go to the UAE instead.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering if other bodily functions. I mean, I presume that there is a law against urinating in public in the United States, in most states.
Not here.
But you can. So I could pee.
Yes.
In public in Australia, but I can't spit.
You can't spit, and you can't spit out your gum onto a sidewalk.
But you can haul out your crank and take a leak.
Yes, on a wall in an alleyway. Yes,
Okay. I don't know whether that's
and on a tree in a public place.
okay. Well, that's nice to know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. But
there are few pleasures that men have, I think, that only men with outdoor plumbing like that can take advantage of, and urinating in public is one of those special things we can do. Now, can women urinate in public in an alley?
Of course they can. They can pop a squat.
Okay, well, I just was wondering whether, it was a male thing, because usually you talked about a wall, not the ground. You talked about peeing on a wall, and most women, I don't think, have that ability to aim that way.
Like the owner of the property of the wall cannot sue, cannot press charges on someone who pees on their wall.
Okay. But
isn't that bizarre?
If they spit on their wall, then they can have them arrested.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's nice to know.
I'm like, I just painted that. What are you doing pissing on it? Just shut up.
Exactly.
I'll wash it off with my piss. Is that okay? Sure. Fine.
Yes, there's a lot of weird laws in Australia. Very odd. That's why I want to get the fuck out of here.
Well,
and come to the US.
It'll be soon. You'll be out soon. And then you'll be in West Virginia.
I'll be in a red state. Yay.
Well, a red state with you won't be able to vote anyway, but you'll be able to put signs up in your yard.
Oh, I'm not doing that shit. All I'm doing is just having.
You're having babies. You're creating blue babies for the future.
Yes, I will have an American flag on a pole right near my front door.
And a rainbow flag underneath it, and
please.
No.
What? No?
Can't handle it.
You can't handle rainbow?
I have this can't say that word because it won't come out properly. I have a fear of just people knowing that I am.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah,
except.
But I mean, when you and your husband walk out the door every day,
Christian TV show, so that they would say it online on live TV. So your fear isn't entirely consistent there, mister.
Well, I mess with that guy that says that.
Well, I understand that, and they didn't say.
I mess with him on Twitter.
Okay. Anyway, I need more coffee in me if I'm going to continue to have this conversation.
Oh yes, go get some more coffee. Like you should just have it next to your computer.
Well, if I had it next to my computer, I would never get any exercise. I need to be able to.
I get plenty of exercise every day. Every time I have to get up and get a cup of coffee, I get plenty of exercise.
I get enough exercise to keep the blood going.
Lord.
Am I bad?
No, you're not. But I do like. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
But I was going to say, Shiva, when they say see you and your husband walking out the front door every day to go somewhere, eventually they're going to get the idea and know whether you're streaming a pride flag or not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully in 100 acres, the house is going to be in the middle behind gates. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So no one's going to see us.
There you go.
Frederick and I mean, you've seen Frederick on the stream, I believe.
Yes, I have.
So that's my soon-to-be husband. but he and I have joked that people are going to think that I'm his son and that I'm the teenage dropout that had a son as well. So he's a grandfather at 42. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're going to say. I'll be like, oh no, that's my dad. No, it's fine.